Our 10th big fight of the night. In the blue corner, I need DaMon Blackshear.
I don't know. In the bathroom.
Oh yeah, we got the guys from Fight Lab in the house tonight. We got Al Simmons and Kenny Letts. We got Orion Simmons holding the gate on the other side. We got the guys from Bellator in the house. We got Brandon Billhart over here. Brandon Billhart doing the cuts and helping out the fighters.
First up on our pro undercard, Jeremiah Scott versus DaMon Blackshear. DaMon enters the cage at 2-0 from Fayetteville, Team Rock. Rocking some Lupe Fiasco on the way out. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I ain't mad at this walkout.
2-1-2.
His opponent on the red side of the
2-0 is a pro.
Jeremiah Scott.
And his opponent, local Myrtle Beach badass, super exciting fighter, Jeremiah the Prophet Scott. Pro MMA record of 2-3, but that doesn't really tell the story.
Probably the best 2-3 in the nation.
Yeah, right. I mean, also it's worth noting, you know, obviously fighting a 2-0 pro fighter, fighting a really good guy. Jeremiah is also, you know, he took a 175-pound Muay Thai fight on a week's notice in New York. You know, it's like he's taken, he's fought some really tough guys in his really early in his career. My point is, this kid doesn't really play matchmaker. He says, throw me a guy, and he takes it. And I can appreciate that.
So, in his pro career, he's fought honestly, he's fought nothing but tough dudes. One of the guys you would say was a cupcake, and he finished him very early, like a fighter of his caliber would do a cupcake, you know? Other than that, he's fought nothing but tough guys. And again, this guy
fought Dylan Kalla, who's a super good up-and-coming fighter out of North Carolina.
Yeah,
like, I mean, if you look at the list of the guys he's fought in his early pro career, they are tough dudes. Like, but that's the point. Jeremiah's not here to pad a record. He's here to show what he can do against good fighters, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, Jeremiah, I know him personally. It's very interesting the reason why he fights. He's not, like you just said, he's not here to pad his record. He fights for himself. He doesn't fight for anyone else. The fact that he turned pro, it was just something he wanted to do. He wants to fight the best, and the best are in the pro division.
Dope entrance song.
Yeah, possibly
Calvin
the best,
Harris.
the best walkout song.
Fighting out of the blue side of the cage, wearing the solid black trunks. He weighed in at 145 and a half
Man,
pounds.
This is going to be a good one, I can tell you right now.
He is undefeated at 2-0, representing Team Rock out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Please welcome DaMon, the Diamond Blackshear. His opponent, fighting out of the red side of the cage, wearing the red, green, blue, and yellow trunks. Standing, weighing in 145 and a half pounds. His record 2 wins against 3 losses. Representing Fitness Edge MMA out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Please welcome Jeremiah the Prophet Scott. Your referee is Mr. Blake Grice.
Gentlemen, you know the rules. I do expect a clean fight. Obey my commands. Protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Good luck.
Here we go. Come on, Myrtle Beach.
So, based off of that face-off right there, I can tell you right now, Jeremiah is very focused. DaMon seems to be a little all over the place, maybe not sure what to expect right now.
Man, I'm really looking forward to this fight. Now, we switch to the pros now, guys, so everybody watching at home, no longer 5 rounds. These are going to be 3 rounds, and they're all going to be 5 minutes instead of 3 minutes. Jeremiah leads with a high kick. We got Jeremiah Scott in the red, and we got DaMon Blackshear in the blue.
Tell you what, you know, styles make fights, and both these guys very explosive, very fast, very exciting.
Jeremiah is going to do a little stance switching himself. He tends to do a lot of that. Blackshear actually is looking for that knee and landed a nice one just then. Didn't seem to phase Jeremiah. Now that's one of Jeremiah's strong suits, is his low kicks. Not only does he have a good low kick, but he's one of those guys, you don't have to tell him to use it. He uses it all day.
Absolutely. Now something again, like I said, styles. You'll see Jeremiah switching stances, mixing it up.
Nice knee by Jeremiah on the cage there. Man, you can feel this is. You can see the level of skill turned up now that the pros are in here.
Absolutely, and also the fans can feel it as well. The energy in here. Good job on Andy Hall for putting this fight as the first pro fight. He's really cranked up the level of energy in here tonight.
Jeremiah looking for a good whizzer. Now he's going for the underhook.
Nice short knee by Jeremiah.
Jeremiah's actually landed a couple of sharp little knees there in the clinch.
Blake Grice telling him to work if that's where they want to be.
I mean, yeah, it seemed to be working to me. 2 minutes in, man, good fight so far. Guys kind of feeling each other out. DaMon Blackshear, not sure if he's really looking for a takedown here, just more trying to, like, you know, cook his guy a little bit. Crowd chanting Jay-Z, Jeremiah's nickname. DaMon Blackshear, nice work in the clinch. I like he's got good inside control. Jeremiah's kind of having to react to him.
So again, back to what I was saying about styles. You're going to see a more conventional style from DaMon. Sharp technique, basic work.
Nice.
Jeremiah's looking to trick things up and be a little more flashy.
Beautiful left head kick by Jeremiah landed. DaMon with a quick left hook. Jeremiah throws that overhand right is a favorite of Jeremiah's. You know, and Jeremiah's coming back from a broken hand that kept him out for over a year. So, you know, we'll see if low blow. You could tell it was an accident. He went to throw a flying technique, and Jeremiah backed up, and he ended up hitting him with a low kick.
that was definitely not on purpose. You can tell by the reaction from DaMon, and also that's just one of those things. You know, Jeremiah was switching and kind of shuffling out as DaMon was throwing that kick.
Jeremiah's got 5 minutes here if he wants it. To be honest, it doesn't look like he's going to take it. I'm really not sure what all the conversation is about.
Something about a mouthpiece and letting him know how much time he has left. Maybe a piece of his tooth is chipped.
Looks like Jeremiah had chipped his tooth. Maybe he got his tooth caught in the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
He's trying to shake it out.
That's interesting.
This is fighting for you, baby.
Of course, Tebow would gladly take that tooth.
Yeah.
No sort of medical gloves on at all.
No. The corner takes the tooth, and we are back. Jeremiah seemed like the low blow didn't really affect him too much. Looking for that overhand right. Looking to spin there.
Seems DaMon's kind of composing himself. He's not wanting to get caught in the high energy, high pace style game of Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah Scott is what we like to call like kind of a scramble fighter. Even in the stand-up, in the ground, he thrives in these wild exchanges, like these scrambles. Jeremiah shoots a single.
Very well timed. Beautiful takedown defense. And
nice takedown defense by DaMon. Jeremiah got in on the single leg, but DaMon Blackshear did a great job defending. And as you said, DaMon, a more classical style, lands a nice clean right hand. Jeremiah seemed to be a little off balance.
Now, the one thing I'm gonna point out is Jeremiah's doing a lot of backing out, putting himself on the cage. Again, in a fight like this where the guys are very evenly matched, that's gonna come into play. You know, DaMon's he's got octagon control, he's got cage control. Again, like I said, Jeremiah's, as we can see right now, putting himself on the cage. And if this fight does go to the judges, that's something that's going to come in play.
Jeremiah looked to throw a spinning elbow. You know, and that's the thing. Jeremiah actually has good defense off the cage, but that's not that's not necessarily what the judges are seeing. The judges are seeing you're back on the cage. You know,
right.
The other guy being the aggressor.
Absolutely, and that's that's something I was very comfortable at putting my back on the cage and playing around, and then when you go to some of these higher level camps, you know, I'm out at Syndicate, that's something that they preach. Octagon control. You want to be able to win the fight even when nothing is going on. And cage control is a big part of that.
You know, Jeremiah landed a couple head kicks early, but I mean, for me, as far as, like you said, cage control, pushing him backwards, it seemed like DaMon may have probably taken that round 10-9.
Yeah, I would have to give that round to DaMon. You know, towards the end of the round, it seemed a little. Jay-Z almost seemed, I don't want to say winded, but it seemed that DaMon was he was cranking up the pace where Jay-Z was fading a little bit.
Yeah, well, and also to me it looked like the tooth situation and the low blow kind of threw him off. Like, kind of got him frazzled a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, it definitely played a part in the way the second half of that round went.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you're Jeremiah, I mean, we talked about him staying off the cage. I mean, what do you want to do here? I mean, he's a good low kicker. I only saw a couple of those from him. It seems like that's something he could do against a pretty orthodox fighter.
So, again, he's an unorthodox fighter. He has very good setups off the cage when he puts his back on the cage. So, like I said, we're talking in a long-term stance of if it goes to the judges. He can use his style. He throws very good spinning techniques because when guys see another guy on the cage, they come forward and they rush the guy. That's where he can utilize his techniques and spin and land something, you know.
And he stopped a guy with a spinning elbow just like you're talking about.
Absolutely, he has.
Oh, and a spinning wheel kick.
And now the tables have kind of turned. Jeremiah is pushing forward, where DaMon is going back. Both talking a little bit of trash.
Side kick by DaMon Blackshear, excuse me. Confusing him with Layman Brewster, the heavyweight boxer. Spinning technique by Blackshear. Jeremiah looking for that overhand right. Not a bad idea following it with that left high kick. He's landed that once already. Body shot by Scott.
So again, this is something that, you know, we talked about in the break, you know, in between rounds. Jeremiah's moving back. DaMon is coming forward, and his hands aren't exactly in the best position as far as like what you and I know that Jeremiah is capable of. You know, DaMon's coming in with a wide guard. His face is wide open. And he's kind of relaxed. You know, he's moving forward with his hands low, whereas Jeremiah is very dangerous moving away.
Yes. And, you know, neither guy landed a lot of clean stuff here. I mean, really, like you said, the unorthodox nature of Jeremiah, it looks like Lamon's just trying to, like, find him, really, you know?
Yeah. I agree. Like, as I am more, I do, I like to see guys with DaMon's style more traditional, more crisp, but he's having a hard time finding that rhythm, as you said, because Jeremiah is so unorthodox.
You know, Jeremiah fighting a ton out of the southpaw stance, which kind of surprises me a little bit. He switches back to orthodox now.
That could come back to that broken hand you were talking about that put him out for a year.
Yeah, actually, I didn't think about that. Little front kick by DaMon.
Ooh, nice side kick by DaMon. Blake Grice with a little warning on Jeremiah grabbing the cage.
mean, it's not like he's grabbing the cage to stop anything. I mean, he's just touching it.
Yeah, he's off balance, I guess. You know.
1 minute left in the second round. Pretty close round so far. DaMon's kind of controlling the cage.
Ooh, big
It hasn't really
knee.
landed anything clean until it looked like that knee landed okay. Jeremiah's really need to get something going here, though. You know, if Jeremiah would really like double jab and set that overhand up, he could land it.
Not just that, but also DaMon is sticking his lead leg out there. Jeremiah, as we know, has a very good leg kick. I'd like to see more leg kicks from Jeremiah.
DaMon, as we said, kind of just working this methodical game plan, but you know, if it goes to the judges, he's looking like he's in control.
Absolutely.
You know, that's something Jeremiah, as he moves into his pro career, is going to have to figure out, is he's got to stop backing up into the cage. It allows fighters who aren't as good as you to look better than you.
Absolutely. It's kind of the secret with a lot of, you know, you don't have a lot of activity going on, but you're able to control the cage. It's a way of winning the fight without actually fighting.
Absolutely. Like, it's like you're seeing DaMon control the rounds, but you're not really seeing him land anything of consequence.
No, not of consequence. He's landing things here and there, but he's definitely controlling the cage. And again, we could even say that Jeremiah is throwing more, but he's moving back, and that doesn't look good in the judge's eyes.
Jeremiah switches to the southpaw stance. Side kick from the orthodox stance. DaMon whiffs on a spinning technique. You know, I mean, even with Jeremiah moving back, I feel like, you know, the only shots I'm seeing landed are him this round, you know? I mean, not a lot of action either way.
Here we go, shot, Jeremiah.
DaMon Brewster shoots a takedown, probably indicative of what we were saying.
DaMon
Jeremiah
really working
with
on
the
this
sprawl.
deep shot.
Looks like he's got his hands locked, but Jeremiah's also got a wide base here.
Jeremiah's got good balance. Completes the takedown.
Takedown by DaMon Blackshear. Man, interesting round to call. We kind of thought Jeremiah was landing the better shots in the last minute or so, but then in a fight where in a round where not a whole lot happened, you saw DaMon land that takedown in the end. Judges tend to like that. So if the judges scored that takedown, you might have 2-0.
Yeah, you know, I want to see more leg kicks from Jeremiah. You know, back to what we were saying earlier with the amateurs in the 5-round fights. You're thinking this is a 3-round fight, but it's 5 minutes. He can do a lot of work on those legs in this last 5 minutes. Not only that, but the leg kicks set up the hands, you know. It's not a lot of hand work. It's a lot of flashy, like, single shots coming from Jeremiah right now.
Yes.
He's moving away. Honestly, like, me personally, I know what I'm seeing, but as far as the judges go, I don't know what their experience is and if they know what they're looking at.
And, you know, he would do himself a world of good if he set up either the low kick or the overhand right with a jab. I mean, you know, like you said, he's throwing single shots. If he would just set that up with a jab, I feel like he could land something.
Absolutely. And Blake Grice is taking a point. Blake Grice did give him a warning earlier in the fight, and on the last takedown attempt, Jeremiah grabbed the cage.
Oh, the takedown attempt. Okay.
And it kind of hindered the first initial shot by DaMon.
Okay, yeah. Jeremiah, yeah, he grabbed the cage a couple times. I thought the first couple warnings were a little sketchy because he wasn't even touching him when he did it.
But he did warn him.
You know? Now, so with that point taken away, it seems like Jeremiah's got to get a finish.
He's got to get a finish.
100% down in this fight.
Yeah, he's definitely down. And DaMon seems to be gaining confidence. I feel like, you know, he knows.
DaMon kind of doing the same thing he's been doing, just kind of pressing the fight forward, keeping a good pace. You know, Jeremiah in the latter half of this fight, not backing up near as much as he was, but he can't because he's down. He's got to make something happen here.
Ooh. Again, single shots from Jeremiah. He seems to be in shape. I know that he had a good fight coming up, a good fight camp, and making weight wasn't a problem for him this time. So
no, he looks fantastic.
This is honestly probably the best I've ever seen Jeremiah look physically.
Yes, yes. But you know, like we said, you know, that's the thing about fights, man. They have adversity. In the first round, things started not going the way he wanted, and it's like, you know, he started grabbing the cage, started losing it a little bit.
On top of that, you know, he is coming off a year layoff, and let me be the first to speak from experience.
Yes.
Layoffs are real. Ring rust is real.
Yep. That is a great point. I mean, he'd been out for over a year with a broken hand. You know, for a long time, he couldn't even train.
That's a good point. You know, a broken hand is a little different from just being out, taking your time off.
Absolutely.
He wasn't able to train, you know. But again, he's not out of this fight. Jeremiah possesses a lot of skills, and he's able to finish the fight at any moment.
Well, you know, and he's got, in his 2 wins, he's got 2 knockout finishes. You know, the elbows on the ground, spinning elbow attack. So, you know, it's not like this is out of range here, but he's got to get busy.
He's definitely got to get busy. He's, you know, this round's about halfway through. DaMon is not backing down by any means. And, yeah, Jeremiah's got to get working, you know. He really is.
I really think he's going to land the big shot. He needs to switch to that orthodox and throw that overhand.
You know, a little bit of trash talk, some jive between the 2 guys. But, you know, like we've been saying, Jeremiah needs to get to work. Throwing more than 1 shot.
What's he doing? I'm not sure.
Because he flicked him on.
Oh, who did that?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah with a profanity warning from Blake Grice. I didn't know those existed.
Yeah, you know, you watch a lot of the Diaz brothers fight, and they don't warn them ever.
Yeah, I'm going to ask
sure.
Blake. I'm going to ask Blake about that one later.
Yeah.
Man, this fight's really putting the work on our monitors over here. About a minute and a half left. Jeremiah Scott needs to look for something big here. If I were him, I'd go orthodox. I'd set up those power kicks. I would set up that big right overhand right. You know, and for like how much we talked about how DaMon has been really controlling things, you know, it's not like Jeremiah's able to slip all these punches and block most everything.
And you know what? I agree. Jeremiah's timing up his shots very well. DaMon is, you know, sprawling very well, but honestly, I agree with you. It does come down not much is landed, but it does come down to who's controlling the cage.
Absolutely.
And DaMon is in the center almost every single time.
Well,
he's taking the center.
In a close fight, you know, that's a big difference.
It is a huge difference in a close fight.
I mean, excuse me, in a fight where guys aren't landing a lot of clean, hard shots, that's the difference.
Right. This is still a close fight, yeah. Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Spinning elbow, but it didn't land.
You know, you can sense, though, you can even sense that Jeremiah's facing a little bit of frustration, you know?
Absolutely. From the beginning of this fight to the end, you know, between the tooth, the nut shot, the point for the cage, now, you know, warned for a middle finger to, you know, here in the last round, he's being taunted a little bit by his opponent. Definitely mind games are playing a role in this. But you know, Jeremiah's not going anywhere. This game opponent is not going anywhere.
No, these aren't the shots that he's landing with Jeremiah aren't the shots going to stop him. But these takedowns aren't going to get Jeremiah the win either, you know?
I'll tell you what, I would have liked to see a lot of those takedowns in the early part of the fight.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that could have made a big difference.
There's the bell. There's the bell.
It's got to be a good fight, fun fight for both. You know, those banner going back and forth. Not a lot of shots landed, but you know, either way, not a bad performance on Jeremiah, and not a bad performance on DaMon. One guy just kind of edged out the decision, and you know, we're going to take it to Bruce Buffer to see who won.
Yeah, you know, exciting fight. Both two quality fighters. both two guys we're going to look forward to seeing more of. You know, neither one came close to getting the other guy out of there. We saw some good techniques, some flashy techniques. Didn't see a ton of big shots, but we saw a competitive fight for the most part, even though the scorecards probably won't reflect it with the point taken away and things like that. But I even thought Jeremiah may have won the last round, but like I said, at that point with the point, it didn't really matter.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. He could. Yeah. He may have. You know, he had 3 takedown attempts. He was a little more busy in that last round. And again, like I kind of said from the beginning, with DaMon's style, he's more traditional. He's more conventional, and he did a good job at controlling the cage.
Let's take it up to Bruce for the decision.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge number 1 scores it 30-26. Judge number 2 and judge number 3 scored 30-27. Your winner by unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner, DaMon the Diamond Blackshear.
Guys, I'm here with DaMon Blackshear. DaMon, talk about the fight. What'd you think?
It was, I love this dude's energy. I feed off of it and I keep going. So,
It was
Jeremiah Scott.
Yeah, it looked like you guys are having some fun in there, talking a little trash. Tell me about that.
Oh yeah, he just gave me that energy, so I just went with it. I feed off other people's energy, so that's good.
Yeah, we thought that the big difference in the fight was that you were able to kind of control the center of the cage and were able to use your jab and kind of push it back towards the cage. Did you think the same thing?
Yeah, that's, I wanted to finish the fight, but it didn't happen. You know, he has a tough, hell of a chin, so shout out to him again.
Well, very impressive fight. 3-0 as a pro now. Anything you want to say to these guys?
I want to thank all my supporters. I love you guys, my family, my team. Thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for DaMon the Diamond Blackshear.
Don't forget, we're heading over to Club Oz for the after-fight party. We got some great sponsors here tonight. A&A Produce, Unique Kennels, Oz the Experience, Broadway Louis, Malibu's, Bud Light, Budweiser, The Dollhouse, Carolina Coastal Plastic Surgery, Southern S.